What happened today just exploded every political timeline and put Donald Trump squarely in the middle of a national criminal investigation, not just as president, but as the man publicly vowing federal death penalty action if a missing American isn't returned alive. Right now, the 84-year-old mother of NBC Today, show anchor Savannah Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie, has been missing for more than 2 weeks, and the FBI is still searching with little progress. The investigation has become one of the most talked about cases in the country, People.com. And today, Trump didn't respond with cautious words. He explicitly threatened the alleged kidnappers with very, very severe, the most severe federal consequences, including the death penalty, if she is found dead. When asked directly whether the Justice Department would pursue capital punishment, he said, "Yeah, that's true." Right here, a sitting U.S. president publicly signaling the harshest punishment possible while an active criminal investigation is ongoing. That's not the usual White House press briefing. That's a high-stakes intervention that's already forcing every political and legal narrative into overdrive. But let's break exactly what this means in real terms. Trump's comments aren't just rhetoric on social media or political bravado. They signal a potential federal escalation of this case, not just a state prosecution. If the FBI and DOJ pursue the death penalty under federal statutes, which require proof of murder, this sets a precedent for how the executive branch can influence ongoing criminal investigations in high-profile cases. Now here's the twist most commentators aren't emphasizing yet. Trump has publicly tied his words to federal law enforcement outcomes. That doesn't just energize political debate. It potentially influences prosecutorial strategy, public perception, and how suspects might react if they see a life and death consequence attached to their actions months before a trial even begins. And since no suspects have been charged yet, and the investigation is still active, this raises deep questions about presidential influence on criminal justice process, a debate scholars, lawyers, and constitutional experts are already racing to parse out. Meanwhile, law enforcement details show the FBI has been working leads without a confirmed arrest, analyzing DNA from a glove found near Guthrie's home, and continuing to review surveillance footage of a masked suspect. But still no breakthrough. Officials are urging the public for credible tips, and the reward has doubled as pressure mounts. From a political perspective, this move by Trump does two big things at once. First, it reframes the narrative away from legal troubles he's facing on other fronts, forcing the media cycle to focus on national security, public safety, and executive action. Second, it taps directly into emotionally charged public sentiment, the fear, empathy, and anger that come with a family's desperate search for a loved one, which drives more shares, comments, and reactions than typical political policy stories. Public reaction online is already split. Some see this as decisive leadership in defense of American lives. Others question whether such public pressure helps or hinders an active investigation, and whether threats like the death penalty could backfire on both public safety and legal fairness. Early social commentary suggests this narrative might actually make capture harder, because alleged suspects with nothing to lose could choose desperation over surrender. And here's the part the rest of the media might miss tomorrow. This isn't just a kidnapping case anymore. It's now a constitutional story about how far presidential authority should reach in criminal justice, and whether public declarations like this help law enforcement or turn cases into political theater. Because the law doesn't work on social media posts. Justice doesn't happen via megaphone, and a criminal trial, especially one involving potential capital punishment, will require evidence, courts, jury deliberations, and months of legal procedure. Trump's vow might satisfy public demand for toughness, but it also intersects with fundamental questions about the separation of powers, and legal analysts will chew on that for weeks. So as you're watching this unfold today, keep in mind this: we're not just talking about a political headline. We're witnessing a living criminal case intersect with presidential authority in a way that could redefine public expectations of executive power, especially in emotionally charged situations involving victims, media personalities, and unfounded assumptions about justice. Stay tuned, because in the next segment we'll break down what federal death penalty charges could actually look like legally, and whether Trump's comments are likely to help prosecutors or hurt the investigation. That's where the real story begins. Trump says Guthrie kidnappers will face death penalty if she is killed,